Welcome. I'm your host, Marcus Ruiz Evans. I started the Calexit movement with the book California's Next Century, published in the year 2012. I started the Calexit movement, and I'm the largest and most well-known, oldest secessionist from the liberal genre out there. Most of them are conservative. And today, I'm going to prove something. Despite what you have heard in the media, it is not only alt-right, hardcore conservatives who back Marjorie Taylor Greene's plan for national divorce. Actually, a lot of liberals back it, and they're admitting it live on TV. But even though they're doing that, you're not going to hear the national media say that any liberals like this. So I'm going to show you evidence of liberals backing this up, and I'm going to ask you to see where the media is acknowledging this at all, and they aren't, which means they're hiding something. So liberals actually support Marjorie Taylor Greene's plan for national divorce. We'll show you the evidence in just a second. Well, let's get right to the information, and then I can do the analysis summary, and you can decide if you agree or not. So let's get right to it. First thing we're going to do is share screen. We're going to go and take a look at the major sources that we will be providing for tonight. That's Wonquet, Breaking Points. We'll also be looking at this Washington Examiner article and this survey from Brightline Research. But first, let's go to this. I'm going to get to 509. And here we go.
So yeah, just very, very open, like small d democratic instinct here to just like the people you don't like and disagree with, just don't let them vote.
That's actually an old carpetbagging sentiment from the old South after the American Civil War. Yeah, why would anyone from the state which got burned to the ground during the last Civil War want to have another one? Like, ask people in Atlanta how that worked out for them. So anyway, it pissed me off. I find there's so many right-wing personalities who are always from the old South. Sure, it helped in terms of people here know I'm not even for many restrictions.
I want to say I've seen a liberal version of this too.
Oh sure,
it's like we support.
We pay all their bills,
pay more taxes, and support more, so let them go, et cetera, et cetera. So I mean, there is a liberal version of this, but I don't know that a member of Congress on the Democratic side has articulated it, and I don't know.
Okay, so that's where Crystal, at about 5 minutes and 10 minutes on, Hannity on board with MTG's national divorce. They spend the entire 5 minutes talking about how it's an alt-right thing. Sagar's talking about how it's an alt-right thing. And then Crystal says, well, actually, I've seen some people on the left say we should just let those welfare queens go because we subsidize in them. To which Sagar immediately goes, oh, yeah. Sagar, if you're going, oh, yeah, then how come you were saying the total opposite for the last 5 minutes? Just a question. Okay, let's go to this next one.
I don't think this is always when they talk about national divorce.
Hold on, we're going to go to this one here. Let me make sure that's showing. This is Wonquet, and we're going to go to about 5 minutes and 40 seconds in. Let's play that now. 5 minutes. Here you go.
Divorce is sort of a weird analogy here because it's not like we're not getting along and we go our separate ways and maybe you take my couch or something, but it's more like we go our separate ways, but I'm going to take the kids and continue beating the crap out of them. Whereas that was the core issue that we had. It's like, well, maybe you shouldn't do this to kids, not to infantilize the minorities who they would want to continue oppressing, but it doesn't end. I mean, this comes up a lot where I think the Democratic response is sometimes, and not all Democrats, but a segment of the left will respond, well, good riddance, red states are terrible, which, no one in those states voted 100%.
There you go. So that is on Wonquet, a major blue organization, and you saw it on Breaking Points where, they talk about how horrible this is for about 5 minutes. And then 5 minutes in, they admit, actually, there are some liberals who back this. Same thing here. Not the mainstream talking points, buried in the show 5 minutes in, and they do kind of anecdotally say, well, actually, I have met people on the left who are saying The red states are all welfare queens. They're horrible. Let's let them go. Okay, that's not all. Let me show you a few more statistics. So I had a conversation yesterday with Jeremy Zogby of Zogby Polling, and we talked about his interview here in this recent article I'm going to show you right now. So this is from the Washington Examiner. Marjorie Taylor Greene nailed it. Support across the board for national divorce. Paul Bedard. Now, Washington Examiner is pretty conservative, and a lot of liberals are going to say this is just ridiculous. But Zogby Polling is one of the best polling organizations in America. They've called many presidential elections. Critics of Greene political divorce have portrayed her continued explanation as loony. But Zogby and his father, pollster John Zogby, said the ideas have been around for years and is gaining steam, not just in the United States, but overseas. Jeremy Zogby provided secrets data from recent polling showing substantial support from Democrats and Republicans, all ages and parts of the country, for potential divide. In 2020 data, for example, we asked if states seceding from the Union was legal or illegal. 39% illegal, 36% said legal, and the rest were unsure. Among Democrats, 43% said it's legal to secede. In a second question, asked in December 21, the parties were split when asked if the nation's partisans could make up. He said that 47% said they will overcome the current political and cultural divides and form a national unity again. But 29 said it is time to engage in something like national divorce. So we have 30% of the country says that it's interested in national divorce, and we have 43% of Democrats. And we have Zogby Polling, not a hardcore right organization, an actual polling organization that actually studies polls, saying this is a continuation of a long running trend, and it is only gaining steam. Gaining steam. And then they point out, actually, there's Democrats said it's legal to secede, 43% of them. That backs up this poll. So you may have seen this. Support for secession from the United States to join new regional unions. We showed you this poll to show that Marjorie Taylor Greene wasn't lying when she said that everyone she talks to is for national divorce. That gigantic red 66%, the largest red circle in this entire picture, is in the Deep South, where Marjorie is. 66% of Republicans back secession. So when she says people in her neighborhood are talking about it, this poll completely backs her up. Look at this, 47% of Democrats for secession on the West Coast. 43% of Democrats nationally said it is legal to secede. And 47% of Democrats on the West Coast said, let's secede. You're not going to see that anywhere. Nobody's going to bring that up. It comes from this reference right here, looking at surveys. So we have an actual survey, and then we actually have a professional pollster, and they're both saying actually the surveys back up that liberals are for this. And then we have liberals accidentally admitting 5 minutes into their show, after they say it's a whole alt-right scam, actually there are liberals backing this up. But that's not all. We have a little bit more for you. This was what we had shown off of the, God, what was it? I believe it was the Young Turks show on Marjorie Taylor Greene, and how only the alt-right is for this and only the alt-right would back this. And yet we showed you all these quotes from all these people. 89 QYG, Kenneth Shaw, Rory Collins, Jay McClintock, John Marino, No More Mr. Nice Guy, No More Mr. Nice Guy, Barbara McMillan, Kenneth Shaw, Tyler Norwood, Mark Valentin, Kristen Kalatzi, Eric Ogle, Wes Kingston, Infiltrator New York, Gustafor, Rico Robinson, Jacob Neck, Timothy Cardoso, Rebecca High, Paul Pires, Lucy A., Pantheon 777, John Fuller, Brooklyn Bots, Dog Eat Dog, Stabby McStab Stab, Alex, Melissa Gwynn, Lee Lashbrooks, Rock Shonis, George Lindaris, Desert Sunman, Sebastian Rook, EC, JSS New York 22, MWAOK, Jimmy James, Aaron Kritistan, Jean Henderson Haley, Purity Chalice, Cheryl Zobel, Jim 429, Luis Lou, Elizabeth Sav, Bernie Cruz, Brad Finger O, Peter Ciotti, JSS 92, Ian Flanders, Miss Bunny Meadows, Dina Sequeria, Moe D Hype, Jay Aujo, Gene Angstrom, Sammy Saxon, Carl Miller, Jennifer Williams, Ayana Fit, Nick Anderson, Four Eyed Hero, Joshua Tyrone, Henderson 6000, Vienna Cruz, Nina G, Big Bad John, Last Guy Min, Sandra Moore, Comet Power, Stormy Weather, Tony Merlino, Carrie Ellis, Javis McCrary, Storm Otter, Jim Cottrell, Happy Hippie Haven, Emery Noel, Curious Penguin, Angel Smith, Ricardo Smith, Pet the Kitty, Fresh Brood, Nieli Cruz, Stephen Francis Ouellette, CK, Carl Miller, Mary Slavin, JTAR7242, Jose Morales, DMA, Albir Tarsha, Heather Stahlnecker, Gaddafi 1000, Ryan Pelger, Nomadic Medical Princess, Yammer S, Wendy Harden, Ken Bow, Anki 9 Either, Benedict Holland. You get the idea. That is off the Young Turks, one of the most hardcore liberal sites. And Anna Kasparian, and we did this in another show, we showed you this whole thing. Anna Kasparian was saying, only the alt-right likes this. There's no real disunion. This is a stupid alt-right, stupid alt-right idea. And then you scroll down to the comments, and 40% of the comments are liberals who are saying exactly what Walquette said and what Christopher Breaking Point said. Actually, a lot of liberals like this idea. They don't like the red states. They're tired of them, and they're tired of subsidizing, and they say, go ahead and go, or buy Felicia, I think is the term. They're not alone. Let me show you these two things here real quick. And 1 second. All right, here we go. And even more examples. Lori, as a blue state, I'm in agreement with national divorce. As a blue state, I'm in agreement with national divorce. Red states are teetering on the edge of fascism, but can still drain the federal resources. 600 likes. Apparently 42,000 views, 600 likes. I'm from a blue state and I'm in agreement. They are horrible and they drain our resources. Not alone. Marjorie Green wants a national divorce. She wants to divide the country by blue states and red states. As a resident of a blue state, I fully support this idea. 900,000 views, 15,000 likes. So, not alone. You're not going to see this in the news, but I just showed you multiple examples where hard surveys, pollsters, experts in the news who cover this, and random individuals who had gigantic amounts of support on social media are all saying, actually, liberals do support Marjorie Taylor Greene. Not as much as conservatives, of course not. But the narrative is only alt-right, stupid conservatives would back this up, and it looks more like 42 to 47% of liberals, certainly in the West and across America, would also back this up. That's almost half. You won't see that mentioned anywhere in the news. It's almost like they're trying to hide it.